This is the Whitgift shopping centre in Croydon, and it's lifts all time! And now to the first lift, which is a Keighley Schindler hydraulic lift at the entrance to the building. This goes between the first floor, which is the ground floor, and the second floor, which is the third floor. Most of the lifts have the floor numbering one floor out.
Level 2.
Also, for some reason, the Clark's lift footage came cut out for some reason.
Doors closing. Level 1.
And the doors also open before they get to the floor. And now we go to the next lift, which is in WHSmith's and is the hydraulic lift that goes between the ground floor and the first floor. Weirdly, this lift wasn't working when I went. This is because whenever I pressed a button, no matter if it was the ground floor or the first floor, the lift wouldn't move. I'm pressing the first floor and the ground floor and it's not doing anything. And the floor indicator has a bit of a problem as well. It thinks we're on the ground floor, which we are, but it thinks we're going up, which we definitely are not. Wow, this lift has a problem. This is one of the most unstable lifts I've ever heard of. Wow, that's odd. And now we go along to the next lift, which is the Clark's lift. This is a nice stanner. This goes between the ground floor, which is for adult shoes, and first floor, which is for kids shoes, and the basement is for staff only.
Going up.
This lift is quite fast by going at 2 meters per second.
Doors open. Doors closing. Going down. Ground floor. Doors open.
And now we go along to the next lift, which is the Schindler hydraulic lift in Superdry, Japan. This goes between the ground floor, the first floor and the second floor, but the second floor is staff only.
Mind the doors, please.
This lift is painfully slow, but it does go at a quite fast, 0.5 meter a second, which isn't too bad really. It's probably quicker to take the stairs than the lift.
First floor. Mind the doors, please. Ground floor.
And now we go along to the next lift, which are the main lifts in the shopping centre that serve all floors. They serve the first floor, which is for shops, second floor is shops as well, and the third floor is the toilet level. Those are the only toilets in the whole of the shopping centre and are very clean. Let's ride them. These are some more Keighley Schindler lifts, which recently had their buttons replaced.
Level 2. Doors opening. Doors 20. Level 3. Doors opening.
And here we are on the toilet level.
Doors closing. Level 1. Doors opening.
And now we're going along to the next lifts, which are the orders car park lifts that go between the basement, which is the ground floor, and the 13th floor, which is the top of the car park. The left lift is odd floors, and the right lift is even floors.
I'm going all the way to 13.
Doors closing.
The floor indicators do need a bit of TLC, as on one of the lifts, the floor indicator is blank for most of the journey. These lifts are painfully slow as well.
13th floor.
Come on, open the doors.
Doors opening.
Wow, that takes long for them to level. And now someone's called that lift down, so we're going to have to wait for the next lift. Wow, that took a long time. And now we go along to the next lift, which is the River Island platform lift going between the ground floor and the first floor. This lift is a Gartec lift, which is the most popular platform lift company in the whole of the UK. And here we are on the first floor. And now we go along to the next lifts, which are the NCP car park lifts that go to floor 6 from the ground floor. These are some Schindler MRL lifts. These lifts go at 2 meters per second.
Floor 6. Door opening.
And interestingly, when I got to the floor 6 of the lift, I found someone practicing on their flute. Wow, that's random.
Door closing. Floor 0. Door opening.
And now we go along to the next lift, which is the hydraulic lift in Boots. This lift goes between the ground floor and the lower ground floor, and it's painfully slow, going at a speed of 1/4 meter per second.
Going down. Please mind the doors. Doors closing. Going down. Lower ground. Doors opening. Please mind the doors. Doors closing. Going up. Ground floor. Doors opening.
And now we go to the Eco Disc lift in New Look. This lift goes between the ground floor, -1, which is staff only, first floor, which is staff only, and the other first floor on the other side, which is the public floor. There are doors on both sides with -1 and the other first floor being served on one side, and the ground floor and the first public floor being served on one side. And because it is an Eco Disc, they go at 3 meters per second. Yes! And now we go along to the ThyssenKrupp lifts in Marks and Spencer. They go between the ground floor, the first floor, and the second floor. These lifts has the same floor indicator as the WHSmith lift earlier. However, these lifts do work very well.
Lift going up. Doors closing. First floor. Doors opening. Lift going up.
And what's really interesting about this lift is that when you go to the second floor, it feels like you're going on a staff-only level because there are bags full of clothes which doesn't look like they should be there. And actually, when I got to the second floor, I met a member of staff there, which was odd.
Floor. Doors opening. Lift going down. Doors closing.
these lifts are alright, but they would be better if they didn't have Dewhurst buttons.
Ground floor. Doors opening.
And now we go along to the final lift of the day, which had a malfunction when I went. This was the hydraulic Schindler, similar to the one we started with, and it wasn't working. It kept malfunctioning because the lift bit had fallen from the ground doors, so the lift couldn't close its doors properly and go up. Due to this, I couldn't ride the lift. Oh well.
Ah, I see the problem. I see the problem.
And that is the end of the video.
It's